all right, we are live. How's everyone doing this fine Monday evening? Hope everyone's had a great day so far. Today was a Monday. Not bad, but it's kind of been a little drowsy all day, so very much was just a get through it day, but we made it. Welcome in, Kia. But yeah, I was able to still do my work, get a workout in, and now we're ready to continue our FireRed run. First up, what we'll be doing today is making our way through Diglett's Cave to grab Flash, then start making our way towards Rock Tunnel. I threw Pidgeotto up front just because I know Digletts do have Arena Trap. Learned that last episode too. And I don't really want to lose anyone. And then sometimes randomly they'll throw you like level 30 Doug Trios. Welcome in, Emmy. Welcome in. We've had a great Monday so far. Or at least passable Monday. I know great Monday is kind of an oxymoron. Weirdly, we only got one encounter. That's new. Normally you get them every step. You survived. Fair. We'll absolutely take that. I'm going to go grab the old Amber real quick. While we're here, might as well, right? It was a Monday. Very slow day, but made it through. PE tomorrow. Ooh. PE was a mixed bag for me. Like, it was always fun, but then, like, in high school where I also ran, it's like I don't really want to do a bunch of exercise right before practice. One voted. Fair, fair. Last week of catching your mid-week streams, your clocks go forward. Okay. Again, just weird how the whole world, like, no, it doesn't really matter, but you would think the whole world would just have, like, a set day where we do it. You. Bingo. Yes, because we're at 18. Because, yeah, right now it's like a 4-hour difference, and then it'll go back to being 5, I think. Yeah. And you would think, obviously, I don't know who really decides this, but you would think we would do it on like a seasonal day, like, oh, we'll change the clocks on the equinoxes, so it's like actually tied with the changing of the seasons, which I think was the little bit ago for like the spring one, but you would think you would have them set on like actual seasonal changes. Your coach let anyone on the team go to the gym instead of Yep. I had one PE teacher. He was the wrestling coach, and he was like, as long as you like put forward some effort, like on the like actual quote unquote exam days or like the physical fitness test, like, it's like you don't need to go all out, just put forward some effort. Do we have a mon that can use Flash? I will check here momentarily. I know Pikachu's one that... Oh, not what I wanted to do. Pikachu's one that gets it, but we don't have one of those. I did not know Meowth got it. That's probably who will learn it, since they already know Cut. And again, all we really need Meowth for in fights is like once he learns Slash, we're golden. Also, next level cap is level 29. So we will keep that in mind as we progress. He is Meowth. Isn't quite as good as Zigzagoon, but like is up there for the TMs. Or not TMs, HMs. Last episode he got us like a rare candy, a nugget, then a TM. Like all in a row. I was like, well, we'll take that. I'm 99% sure it's a myth, but people are like, oh, there's like a 0.0001% chance he picks up a Master Ball. And I was like, you know, I did not, because we are Nuzlocking. I might on just my normal playthrough, just to make getting all the game corner mons easier without having to take forever to save up money. But did not this playthrough. Fair. That being said, not healing in battle, like we're doing okay with money. Like obviously not to get a ton of game corner mons, but we're doing surprisingly okay. Let's throw them out front for now. We will go ahead and teach Flash wealth flexing in game. Oh, absolutely. Our whole 30,000 Poké Dollars. We are loaded. Oh, welcome in, Matt. I hope you've had a great or at least passable Monday. I know great Monday doesn't always happen because Mondays be Mondaying. Okay, I assumed so. Okay. Okay, we'll take that. I'm gonna restock on some items. Because we will be going through the cave. Get that. Have 8 of those. Okay. We will take that. We'll be on our way. Who are you? Ah, okay. That is who we just went to visit. So, good to continue. And make our way towards Rock Tunnel. First, we'll pick up the bike. Then, work our way through that route. And hopefully not lose anyone to the trainer battles, because that would be unfortunate. We don't need to go to the mart. We need to go here. Okay. And we will register that. So we can start zooming. We will probably get a few evolutions today. Because I think Mankey will evolve. Diglett might evolve by level 29. Same with Meowth. So we should be getting some evolutions as we go. which will be nice. Hopefully we're a little bit less squishy of a team. Alright. We still don't really have a flying counter, so that's not ideal. But, I mean, all we can really do is just hit him with neutral damage with our Pidgeotto. Don't know if it has any moves that can hit us. I think it has the 3 powders and Sweet Scent. So I think we're fine here. It's just waiting to wake up. Very true. I mean, that's pretty much a guaranteed electric encounter. Yeah, I think that's all that's there. I don't think there's just like Rattatas or anything like that. Also, we're just getting the max number of sleep turns. Thankfully, one-shot him, don't get put back to sleep. I was about to say, I imagine they'll all be pretty similar. Statics? We could do that. Same with gift mons. Because we aren't rare candying, so like getting gift mons and statics isn't as broken, because we would still have to level them up. I think was kind of where I landed with that. Just to... and get more encounters, so even though we know what they'll be, doesn't hurt to have more encounters. Don't hate Aerial Ace. Alright. We will keep switch training up our Meowth, because they are a little under leveled. Ekans, we probably aren't going to train up because they'll be the first... Oop, keep hitting that button by mistake. They'll probably be the first one we swap off the team here. Just because we have Ivysaur for our poison type already. So, not really a need to have doubled up there. I say as we have like 3 normal types. We could swap, or we just kind of one-shot, because why not? Again, maybe it's... I feel like there's a lot we can do before Erica's gym. So I feel like we won't have a huge problem getting to level 29. Okay. Speaking of things we don't really have... well, I'm not going to say we don't have a counter. We literally have Kia, the Doug... not Doug Trio, Diglett. Who can probably just one-shot this Growlithe. Not really a flying resist, just in general a flying counter. Just because I know a lot of trainers have Spearows, Fearows. Not for anyone in particular, but just in general, we don't have a counter for it. Oh, yeah. only reason to really have it would just be to lead with against our rival. Well, Kia, you said you want to evolve. Here we go. That being said, we have a good chance of getting a rock type and rock tunnel. Because, whatchamacallit, we already caught a Zubat. So don't need to worry. Excuse me. Can't re-encounter that. So we should be pretty set in stone, pun intended, that we'd get a rock type. True. Or like wing attack on the rivals. Pidgeot. Okay. You fainted against the rival before Nugget Bridge. We didn't have a fire counter at that time, so I leech seeded, and I was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna swap through the roster. Everyone can tank one Ember, and then we'll get in, like, just to chip him down, then we can finish him off with a quick attack. Swapped you in, immediately crit, and just one shot. It's like, well, that kind of ruined that plan. But get a new encounter. Hey, welcome in, Myth. Welcome in. Hope you've had a great Monday so far. Ooh, excuse me. Got hit with the yawns. I know Rattatas don't give a ton of experience, but might as well. Any little bit we can get on Meowth helps. I don't know who we can encounter in this grass. So I don't know if there are any new Mons we can get. That being said, we'll keep training up Meowth. And there might be Spearows, and that's really it. I don't think so. I think Abra's only north of Cerulean. Maybe like a Sandshrew or like the region. Well, there's the Spearow. We did have a Spearow. We will catch it because we traded our previous Spearow. So like I'm not counting that as like dupes because we caught the first Spearow. Full intention of trading it. And again, I don't think there's any other encounters here. We'll name Spearow. After, we'll go Matt for this one. Matt the Spearow. Do we want to bring it onto the team? Like, I personally always preferred Spearow on my runs. Just because it got Drill Peck. But we will hold off for now till we get all our other encounters first. And then kind of do a quick team restructure of sorts. About to head out, but might be back later. No worries. Spearow early was kind of scary for us because we didn't have a flying counter. And it gets peck very early. If we'll find any shinies this run, like, I hope so. But at the same time, I hope not, because this is my backup account. So, like, I know we could trade them. But I would hate to find a shiny on just, like, my alt account instead of my real one. Again, I know we can trade them, get them to Pokemon Home, all that. But... because the reason I booted it up on this is I'm, like, way deep in a Bulbasaur shiny hunt on my main one. So, have not progressed any on that account. Okay, got all that. Make our way up. And before going, well, not before going through, counting Rock Tunnel, we have 2 more encounters before we make our way through. Alright, let's... again, it's a Caterpie, so I'm not too worried. I don't know what we can encounter north of Rock Tunnel that we don't already have either. So I think we're going to run into the same problem of already having encountered all the mons. Learn Wing Attack, might as well. I mean, we get rid of Tackle. Only reason, we will eventually as well. Only reason I'm not getting rid of Gust is Gust makes contact for all these Weedles we're fighting with Poison Point. So, it's easier to just Gust them and not worry about getting poisoned. Because they are our main swap in for all these bug trainers. Okay, that is the same route that we caught the Spearow on. So, can't catch anything new there. That. I'm kind of glad they didn't Leer, because I imagine they're going to have a couple Rattatas. And that could get scary with quick attacks over time. I'm going to just get them out of there. And not play with fire, really. Just one shot. And it doesn't hurt to spread the experience around some. What I might do with our current team is swap Ekans for Oddish. Not going to use it, but just in case we need a swap, I feel like Oddish is better prepared for Rock Tunnel trainers. Again, that being said, we have Ivysaur who can probably one-shot anyone we come across. So I'm not too worried. Okay, don't need to worry about being poisoned. Just take them down. That's another trainer done. Oh, a little bit of dropped frames there, so if you are getting a little bit of lag, that's on my end. Apologies for that. It seems to be correcting itself, though. I'm gonna heal Ivysaur super quick, because I imagine that's who we'll be swapping into against this hiker. Because I'm guessing Onyx, Machop, things like that. Okay, Geodude. I might swap Knight real quick, because we want to get him some levels too, and we're gonna immediately get him out of there. I did not know he got Magnitude. I was thinking like a Rock Throw, a Tackle, something like that was coming my way. So I was like, oh, we'll get him some experience real quick. Almost lose him. Would have been a little tragic. But thankfully it was a low roll on the Magnitude. And we just go right to Ivysaur. And again, I don't want them getting over leveled, because they are going to be one we kind of lean on through Rock Tunnel. Hoop is in the same boat, so we won't swap there. We lean on for a lot of these trainers. I think he's the last trainer. Nope, one more. We do have 29 super potions, so we can afford to use one. Before progressing on. And just like that, we will be using our Mankey that we just healed up. I'm kind of surprised we outsped there. Not gonna lie. But we'll take it. Okay. And new encounter. Let's see what this grass holds. And we just caught a Spearow, so now we can fully say it's species. I don't really know why I swapped to Doug Trio. All we have is Fury Swipes. Fair. And I feel like its defense is so low, it's gotta have decent speed. I don't know, that might just be completely false. But I feel like, especially Gen 1, you either have high attack and speed, or you have high defenses and low speed. Again, obviously there's exceptions to that. But I feel like that's kind of the trend they very much followed. Didn't need to heal up, but figured, let's just top everyone up. People were taking some hits. Now that I don't mind at all. You're saying we wanted a flying counter. I don't know what electric moves Voltorb gets. But if nothing else, we can teach him Shockwave. Same. If I have a choice, I don't think so, Kia. If I remember correctly, it can't till like level 30-ish. But we will name Voltorb. We'll say Emmy. I don't think we have an Emmy on the run yet. Yeah, that's why I wasn't too worried about the Screeches, because it either gets Sonic Boom, which does set damage, or it gets Tackle, and its physical attack stat isn't the highest. Well, for one, let's get those two out of this one. They are very much alive and well. But I am A-okay with that find. I think they will be a good addition to the team. What I will do is teach Shockwave to them, because I don't think Meowth can learn Shockwave? Okay. What I think I'm noticing is Meowth just learns everything. For whatever reason. 20 species. I think we are exactly on it, because we evolved Diglett and caught Voltorb. So can now press on through the cave, and we will be switch training up Voltorb some, just to have a little bit more coverage. I know right before Rock Tunnel is not the best time for that, because, you know, we get a lot of ground and rock types, but I think we'll be alright. True. Hopefully we just land here. Perfect. Because double team can get annoying. So thankfully, didn't have to deal with it. Let's get Mankey some experience. Oh, I totally knew what was going to sing. That's why I swapped, because I knew we had Vital Spirit. Totally planned. And not just trying to get them leveled up, because I think they evolve at 25. I might be fully making that up. But I think Mankey evolves at 25. Okay, I'm going to get our encounter real quick. Well, that would be dupes, or species. I, to this day, don't know the difference. And Voltorb is a perfect lead against Zubat. So we will take that. And, again, 28. Okay. I did not know Voltorb. Like, I knew, but it was another happy accident of soundproof and supersonic. I was like, well, again, works out perfectly, but we'll act like I planned it. Totally intentional. What I can do I'm trying to think of the people we can get. I don't think any encounters we get would be replacing Doug Trio. Because we are getting we could get a Geodude. They can. I just didn't, because, I was sitting here I'm just going to get an encounter. We're running back and forth. And thought we wouldn't. For some reason, I thought, oh, we aren't just going to encounter 20 Zubats in a row. Well, that is different, but still would be dupes. So what I'm probably doing now is we're gonna get Voltorb leveled up so they can start one-shotting Zubats. Heal to get back PP, and then start making our way through. Nope, not that swap. Meowth is 28 as well. Good to know. But yes, that's good that we will be getting a lot of evolutions before Erica. I did not know Voltorb's attack and special attack were the same. That being said, it is a Voltorb, so it's not fully evolved, but did not expect that. But we'll go and heal. Then we will make our way through the tunnel and just encounter as we go. When we get a new Mon, that'll be our encounter for the cave. Kind of kill two birds with one stone and making forward progress. And I believe Diglett cannot be encountered in the cave. So, we don't need to worry about Arena Trap. But we will go ahead and use that just to make our life easier. And we're going to test my memory on getting through. I know it's way easier with Flash. So it shouldn't be too challenging. And we know this one-shots. Yeah, we have a very severe lack in bulk. That's why I was kind of hoping. Well, there's our encounter. Why I was kind of hoping before I knew you couldn't encounter anything but Magikarp with the old rod, because again, I thought you could get a Tentacool for that, just for one, water type coverage, and two, another source of bulk. We will not be adding Geodude, because yes, I know what we're saying, we need a source of bulk, but I'm not doing trade evolutions. Like, I'm not gonna go through the trouble of setting that up. And just having a Graveler wouldn't be great. But we will nickname Geodude. Who doesn't have a nickname that we see a lot? One from this stream? No. We'll go with, I think, who do we go with? Sora. Now just pulling from people we played with yesterday. I like that they throw you one repel at the start of Rock Tunnel. They're like, you'll need this. Or it's just going to be a slow grind through the cave. Okay, we immediately switch out of there. Should pretty much one-shot. I was about to say, I can't imagine it doesn't. Okay, we're not going to mess around. We're just going to one-shot it. Don't want to really get confusioned or anything like that. Oh yeah, because that's their Unite name, is just German Growlithe, or like is derived from that. So I'll try and remember if we do get lucky enough to encounter a Growlithe. But we'll keep rolling through. Yeah, I was just running through names of who joined for games yesterday. A Growlithe plushie. Fair. What we could do... No, we won't. I'm thinking ahead of coverage. I was gonna say we could get like get the Eevee and evolve it to Vaporeon, but I feel like there's so many water encounters that's not really worth it. Like you get the Static Lapras, you get all the surfing encounters, Seafoam Island. Like it's not worth using that. So we'll probably go we'll go Flareon. Just because we don't really have that coverage. I mean, what we could do is after Blaine, go to the islands and get Moltres as our fire type. That might be worth doing, because after Blaine, I think the level cap is 50 for Giovanni. So we might do that. But obviously there's all the game before Blaine where we kind of need a fire type if we don't get a Growlithe or I think Vulpix is leaf green. So I think it's Growlithe. Again, very well could be wrong. Let's just throw one of these out. See how much it does. If it's a 2-shot, we'll stay in. Okay, nah. I didn't think it would be, but it was like, maybe. Against, like, the specially bulky mon. Well, that hurts a little bit. So, thankfully, we did not miss there. Okay, and we will heal up Ivysaur. Again, they're kind of our anchor we keep swapping to. Meowth found an item. We'll make sure to grab that. Another berry. I don't hate finding those. Those could be useful for like the E4. We'll throw some on going through. Just keep switch training up Voltorb. I think you can find him here. You know, it would have been a great encounter that we would have added immediately to the team would be Rhyhorn. I think you can find him in Rock Tunnel. Might be making that up. So. But that would have been an immediate add. Onyx. I don't know. Might have added just for a source of bulk. Other than Ivysaur. But don't hate getting the free experience. It is much higher than a Zubat or Geodude. Let's see. Okay, we'll get Pidgeotto some experience. Who will probably be our main counter for Erica. Okay. Doing this whole shtick again where we just get slept. But again, I don't think Oddish... I know it can have Absorb, but I think they learn over it just with all the powders and Sweet Scent. How's the squad looking? Looking pretty good. Got a Voltorb and added it to the squad. North of Rock Tunnel. Now we're once again getting the max amount of sleep turns. But welcome in, Fiddler. Welcome in. Hope you've had a great Monday so far. We'll pull up the team real quick after this fight. Okay. This is not expecting to see a Bulbasaur, but we'll take it. I mean, we fought a Charmander earlier, so makes sense. They start throwing them out. Work was alright. Fair. It was very much a Monday. But wasn't bad, so can't complain. Perfect. Just free experience for Voltorb. And potentially a level up. Kind of expected a one-shot there, not gonna lie. But we'll go ahead and potion them up. So don't accidentally lose them to a crit. I have. This is probably my top game from like the main series, like in terms of favorite. So have absolutely played it before. Again, Gen 3, they just really cooked. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green. Like, they really didn't miss. I'm just glad we didn't miss because of the smoke screen. That could have been problematic if they started setting up smoke screen. I mean, we could have just swapped right out. So, like, it wouldn't have been that problematic. Welcome in, Nikki. Welcome in. Hope you've had a great Monday so far. Yeah. Gen 5 isn't a personal favorite, but like I see why people like it. Credit where credit is due, they really tried to branch out with Gen 5. First day back at the gym. That's good. We will absolutely take that. Yeah. Hardest thing to realize sometimes with working out and fitness and all that, you've got to take like 2-3 weeks off before you start losing fitness. And that was always a struggle, both when I was running and when I was coaching, trying to convince the athletes of, hey, it's okay, you can take a day off from being sick. You won't lose anything. With the cardio. Well, that's good that you were able to hang on through cardio. Who knows? Maybe it helped in just kind of breaking up whatever gunk was in your lungs. Maybe breathing hard helped clear the system. I know that's not how science works, but I don't know, sometimes it feels helpful. Let's do one of these, get Mankey some experience. So I'm not too concerned with damage output from Onyx. We can just low kick them. There we go. And I don't mind the free experience. We're just switch training up everyone at this point. I keep seeing the item on Meowth, trying to make the mental note of like, okay, grab the item after this battle. But that's like the third time I've seen it after making said mental note. So maybe saying it out loud, I'll actually remember this time to grab the item. On the plus side, if we do get over leveled here, we can skip some trainers after Rock Tunnel. And then the jump from... It's going to be interesting, because Koga and Sabrina have the same highest level. So what we might do is all the story stuff before either of them, and then just fight them both back to back. And if one person levels up in the first gym fight, we'll be okay. Blame the game for having two gym leaders the exact same level. I think they're both 43, if I'm remembering correctly. Grab the item, yep. First was going to potion up Mankey, so we can swap into them. Again, don't hate getting berries. Will be useful potentially for the Elite Four. Also, Nikki, we caught a Spearow earlier and named it Matt. I feel like that's fitting. And he's gonna be like, who is Spearow? Again, if we were doing trade evolutions, Machop would be nice to add to the squad. But... okay, good, good. That Emmy leveling on up. I might be making this up, but I feel like Electrode's right around level 30. Might very well be making that up. But that sounds about right for their evolution. Swap to Mankey. So we aren't just putting all the experience right into Ivysaur. Okay. Low kick here, because why not? We'll stay in. Main problem with Geodudes is we can't swap in on them, but since we're already... ooh, that is gonna hurt. With our 2 defense stat. I don't love that. Again, not running the calcs. But I feel like we live any other magnitude. Other than magnitude 10. Any other magnitude, I think we're fine. Like, we were a higher level. I know Mankey's defense stat is like 2. But... again, I feel like we would have been fine. No offense to Hoop and Myth, who we have lost. That's the first... that's the first loss that, like, really stings. Because they were, like, one that we were actively using in fights. Again, magnitude 7, I think we would have been fine. But yeah, stab, 150 base power, magnitude. Hurts a little bit. Half surprised it wasn't also a crit, just to really rub things in. Because that seems to be how things have been going. But... it's okay. I mean, it still stings a little bit. I do think we would have swapped them off the team eventually. Because Primeape kind of falls off late game. But... yeah. Still not fun. Yep. I was about to say. Let's knock down the caps lock just because I know it is not. What is it? I think on mobile it's like really bad. Alright, let's knock them down. And we will potion up Ivysaur. thought we already fought him. But take this. Again, will just be more experience for Ivysaur now, because I mean, we could. No, we aren't even gonna risk. I was gonna say we could swap Kia, but then they're gonna magnitude 10 crit and take down Dugtrio as well. So like, I didn't really wanna mess with that. On the bright side, there are a lot of encounters after the cave as well, so we can continue to refill the squad. Okay. Inching ever closer to the level cap. And we still have like the whole route west. Like, let me run through my cardinal directions real quick. West of Lavender Town, too. Get through with all those trainers. 29 for Erica is her highest. So. And then it jumps to 43 for Sabrina and Koga. Which is something. And again, I know there's pretty much the entire story of stuff to do. Okay, nothing up there. On the bright side, really put my memory to the test. I think there's a move tutor down here to teach Rock Slide, which I think we will give to Dugtrio. And there's a little bit more flying coverage and potentially bug coverage as well, so we don't immediately have to swap into Pidgeot, or not Pidgeot, Pidgeotto. Okay. Now it would be great to switch in here. Would be our fighting type. But go to Dugtrio. I don't think it really has anything that can hit super hard. It gets what? Pound, double slap, things like that. Rude. So we're just going to do that. We can't use magnitude now. Okay, rollout could be problematic if we didn't just take him down in 2 shots. Okay. I mean, it might be wild, but I think Emmy can do it. Could be annoying, but we have Shockwave, which never misses. And should be a pretty clean, yeah, I was about to say a pretty clean 2-shot. Again, we don't need to worry about missing. Go. Might throw Aerial Ace on someone, just so we have 2 Mons with moves that don't miss. Just in case someone does start setting up minimizes, double teams, things like that, that we just don't want to deal with. Okay. And there we go. Potion up. Alright. Here we go. I believe it's you. What's the tea tonight? It was the last of the, what was it? Cinnamon horchata, which sounded way better than it was. 75. We'll get rid of Fury Swipes because I was really only using that for flying types. Now we have Rock Slide, so we don't need to worry. Yeah, and I'm not like a huge tea drinker, so I was like, that sounds like a really good tea. Like, that's perfect. Did not hit, unfortunately. It's not bad. I think they just kind of backed themselves into a corner with that name. Because hearing that, it makes you think it's not going to be tea still. When, no matter what you call the flavor, it is still a cup of tea at the end of the day, not actual cinnamon horchata. Take that. Rather rude of them. Problem, we only have 5 Razor Leafs left. So I don't want to use our PP restoring items if we can help it. But we might have to. That being said, we will switch in others where we can. It's just always scary swapping in Doug Trio because they do not have much defense at all. And obviously, easy solution, don't switch train. But we're trying to catch Voltorb up. Okay. What I just said is... Nah, I trust. They're going to rock throw here. They totally aren't going to magnitude 10 us. Even though magnitude is super effective on a Voltorb, naturally they don't go for it. Perfect. Let's just use one of these, I guess. Because why not? Take them down. Oh, getting some dropped frames. Apologies for that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on today. It was lagging as stream was starting too. Thankfully it does self-correct. But yeah, there's been some laggy moments. So, apologies for that. Magnitude them. Hopefully it doesn't just explode. Okay, that's gonna hurt a little bit. Magnitude 10 might have killed there. On our end. So thankfully we didn't have to put that theory to the test, but I think a magnitude 10 would have been GG's for Doug Trio. Okay. Well, do we think Emmy can two-shot them now? Just barely. but we will take that, unless that was a high roll and this is a low roll. Don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna have to skip a lot of the trainers. Well, maybe not. With Voltorb getting up there, and hopefully Meowth leveling up too, we can kind of have like our other three fight and not just Ivysaur, Pidgeotto, and Dugtrio doing all the work. I know we are playing with fire here, but I don't think Slowpoke takes us down at this range. There we go. No confusion, no problem. We can't miss Shockwave. We definitely outspeed Slowpoke. And we potion up immediately. Because do not want to lose our flying counter right after asking for one and getting one. Don't want to just immediately lose them. Alright, let's see. They got... Oh, perfect. We can train up Pidgeotto some. They pretty much haven't seen many battles here. That's annoying, but at least it's not sleep, I guess. And we can just heal it right after this fight. So, thankfully don't need to deal with any of that. Trying to learn Spark. Okay. So they do learn electric moves. I knew their coverage wasn't great, which is why I went ahead and taught Shockwave. But don't mind getting Spark as well. Okay. I'm just going to stay in because I don't want to swap. I was going to say I don't want to swap out and get hit with a Sing. But if they're going to start doing that tomfoolery, we'll try one more time to land it, then just go out to Voltorb and Shockwave. Yep, we're going right to Voltorb. Not gonna... Not gonna worry about hoping to land a shot. And we have a guaranteed hit. Thought it would kill. But I guess it makes sense that we are still a lower level. They're approaching the level cap too, which I don't love, but we'll make do as we go. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll keep rolling. I'm pretty much at the end of Rock Tunnel, so then we'll get some encounters, but I will be right back. We are back. Hop right on over to gameplay, and we keep things rolling. Again, I think there's her and one more trainer. What I didn't do is heal the paralysis that I said I was going to heal, but we'll be all right. Don't mind fighting some flying types here. Let's just go for it. I don't think we get one shot. Okay, even with the crit we were fine. What I'm not gonna do, play around with a quick attack crit though. Sure enough, they were going for it. I'm not trying to lose our Voltorb. We just spend all this time training up. It's neutral. I think Bellsprout doesn't have the highest defense. I think we're fine. Yeah, I was about to say, as long as we didn't get like magnitude 4, we were okay. As we immediately get magnitude 5. I did that much. We live a crit quick attack based on my very quick and inaccurate with no data driven mental calcs. Just based on move power. I think we were fine. We'll go ahead and heal some people up. I do know we are at the end of Rock Tunnel anyway. But we'll just be safe. Okay. We'll stay in because we are at least a higher level now. I wish that too. Ooh, that's gonna hurt a little bit. Okay. Not as much as I thought it would, but still too much to be comfortable with. Again, we're just burning through our super potions, but that's okay. Meowth has another item. Let's see what it is. Nope. Go ahead and take. Perfect. Again, just more items for pretty much the Elite Four. Don't really need them. Prior to that, I might throw a berry on like Pidgeotto for Erica. Just so we don't have to deal with status. Let's just do a swap to the... Again, I wish our Mankey was still alive. These would be perfect fights for him. But we move on. We know from past battles it doesn't have any attacking moves, which is why I stayed in. It has the powders and Sweet Scent. I say with my full chest before it whips out like Mega Drain and one-shots us. Okay. Putting Rock Slide to good use. Okay. Believe they're the last trainer. I'm just gonna run. Just because I don't want to. There's enough trainer experience coming. We don't need to level up on Geodudes. If it's a Zubat, sure, we'll one-shot with Spark. Speaking of, throw one of these. There we go, made it through the tunnel. Unfortunately, we did have a casualty in the process, but made it through nonetheless. Don't hate that. Good experience for Voltorb. We one-shot a Pidgeotto. We do not. Not even close, but... okay. I mean, very unfortunate whirlwind for you. But we'll take it. Fight this guy. Imagine these will be levels for Ivysaur. Yeah, we got to that level cap real quick. I know we're not there yet, but I'm getting too close for comfort. There's still... let me see if I can count from memory. 1, 2... like 13 trainers to go. But we will keep switch training and trying to round out the squad. And we do have another slot. Oh, excuse me. Don't know where that came from, but... thank you, thank you. And that one snuck up. Oh, I do know exactly where it came from without looking further. I caught on the air because it's been nice enough where like just opening windows has been fine, but like it was finally like, nah, I've got to cut on the air. So that's probably exactly what it is air moving through the system and launching dust up. Yep. Not a PG way of saying it. But message received. perfect start for our Electrode. What I didn't do was grab the item. We do get an encounter. I don't think there's a place we can encounter south of Lavender. Unfortunately. Until we have a better Rod or Surf. But we'll check anyway. I don't know who we really want for the squad. I also don't know who's fully available. Okay, go ahead and move. Unfortunately, Mankey is making their way out. What I might do is bring on Oddish for now. Do I think we'll need them? No. But maybe they alleviate some stress from Ivysaur. Of like swapping into them. Okay. Can't go through. What I didn't do was heal. I'm gonna do that real quick. Because that would be a silly way to lose someone. Okay, let's see. And as we found out, can only encounter Magikarp with Old Rod, so nothing we can do there. Beat after the early night for you. No worries. Appreciate you hanging out. Okay, we got return. I don't hate that. Not what I wanted to do, but we can train a Voltorb here. I immediately, like, had a small panic of, like, oh no, we're gonna have to switch train Ivysaur and they're gonna get over leveled, but completely forgot we have an electric type now. So, just get them some free levels. Go. Love seeing a one-shot. No, we don't one-shot them because we didn't on the first one. But they didn't attack us again, so we are fine. I don't know if we can get the good rod yet. I don't know if that's like after Snorlax or before. But if we can, that's potentially this encounter and the one. Are they different routes? I would have to check and see if this and the one before the gate are different routes or not. Go. Thank you for not poison stinging. That would be annoying. Really wish that one shot. Do we need to save PP? Absolutely not. I just kind of do it out of muscle memory? Absolutely. Okay, we know we don't one-shot, but neither do they. Okay. We do this. Getting really good levels for Voltorb. Don't hate that at all. Hold on. I know we could just check later, but Route 12. Route 12. Okay, so it is the same encounter. And this is all hinging on the if we get the good rod. Another Goldeen, level 27. Okay. Still outspeeding. Do like that. And perfect. Don't even need to worry about them taking us down with like a crit horn attack. I think it's the only move they get. But quick stream forecast for this one. I think what we'll do is we'll make it to the end of this route. And if we get the good rod, we'll get this encounter. And we'll travel west of Lavender and get that encounter. And probably wrap things up there, though. I mean, we might do a couple battles. Don't think we'll make it through that whole route because there are a lot of trainers. Not what I wanted to do. What I need to do is throw Spark in that first slot. We'll go ahead and throw that there right now. Shelter has -2 special defense. So we just easily one-shot there. We'll use some shockwaves. I think Spark is higher damage. I might be completely wrong with that. But just trying to save some of that for more pressing fights. Not like I think there are any more pressing fights. There we go. Voltorb is getting leveled up real quick. Also approaching that level cap, but that's okay that they're a little bit under because we'll probably lean on them heavy through all the trainer fights while switch training our new squad. Okay, so there is no new encounters on this route, unfortunately. That's okay. Do one of these. Do they get lightning rock? Okay, they don't. Well, that's rude. Also rude. They really don't like Voltorb, I guess. So we're just gonna swap them out. And I'm just gonna magnitude since we're going to a flying type. And this should just one-shot. If it one-shot them at full health, yeah. We are golden there. A lot. Okay, just a lot of experience to everyone. We'll take that, though. What we will do, so we don't lose them to poison in the overworld. Just throw that there. We'll grab... Nope. Hit A too quickly again. We will grab the item from Meowth. Again, don't hate any of these berries we're getting. Could it be a better item? Sure. But it just gives us options for the Elite Four. So, A-okay with that. What I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to throw Meowth back up front. Since Voltorb is a high enough level now, they can be a safe swap against flying types. And let's go grab our encounter. We did get through that route way faster than I thought we would. I thought we'd get fishing encounters. So yeah, we'll start making our way through this route as well. But first, we'll grab this encounter before battling a lot of them. Just in case it is something we do want on our team. Okay. And we do need a good water type. I say as we're going towards Erica's gym. But we do need a decent water type to kind of round things out. But we'll have ample water types later on. So not in a huge rush to get there. Just saying that because we are well out of the cave. Don't know if that's the case, but just in case. This Vulpix is cooking us. Thankfully, we land that one. Go back and heal just to be safe, because Doug Trio kind of got cooked there. I say catch up to stream as we get some dropped frames and it lags a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the dropped frames today, but it is not having it. I don't know if it's my PC, my internet, what, but something somewhere is not having it. Alright, but we'll go in here. And I don't really know what in... Oh! I was sitting there like, we're well out of Rock Tunnel. So that like threw me off, and I figured just to be safe would throw that out there. I mean, absolutely, Tito. Absolutely. But I hope you've had a great day so far. Again, we are fast approaching the level cap. But we do already have a Meowth. Makes sense. I don't know what we can encounter here. But besides, obviously, Meow. We'll go a couple more encounters just to see, and if it is all just repeats, we'll move on. But I feel like there were some new, like, I feel like this is right around when you can start encountering exactly that. Bite, it doesn't kill. A bite, even a crit, doesn't kill. Rude. I was actually really ready to add that to the squad. Probably should have just started throwing balls and completely forgot it got roar. But yeah. Not a fan of that. We'll actually do one of these, because if it does sing, we have soundproof. As it immediately double slaps. Yeah, I don't like that the Growlithe roared. Again, I think they were going right on the team. There we go, don't need to worry about Sing. Exact reason we swapped in here. It's okay, we just shockwave. Can't miss anyway. Okay. Got another Clefairy. That's doing 3 per hit. So again, we're safe, because max is 15. I'm sure Meowth can finish this off, right? They're yellow already. Don't like that. So hopefully we... Why am I not going for cut? Okay, that's also annoying. Gonna do is we're gonna swap. So if we swap here, they go for double slap and hit 5, we die. But we have shockwave, so we kill it immediately the next turn. We're gonna go to Hoop and see if we can get lucky and land an attack. I was about to say, watch that land 5 times. That's 2 safe swaps in a row. There we go, we land it. Don't need to worry. So, we'll take that. Again, I knew the second I did swap to Doug Trio, it's landing 5 double slaps. Probably with a crit or 2 thrown in just for good measure. That seems to be how it wants to treat us. So I didn't want to risk it unnecessarily if we could avoid it. But yes, we'll keep going through the route with this lineup, since unfortunately we did not catch Growlithe. Again, that would have immediately gotten switch trained. Alright. I have a hunch Kia is about to reach level 29. Just assuming this guy has poison types. Okay, did not expect him to just have a straight up muck right off the bat. Like, was kind of expecting 3 Grimers. On the flip side, we aren't going to use you against Erica anyway. So if you do get over leveled, it's not the end of the world. Main one we don't want to get over leveled is, I was hoping that wouldn't kill, and then I swap back to someone else. But yes, you are at the level cap. Got a quick double battle. I was about to say, let's... Ho-Oh already does better than Moltres, and a lot of people have solid choice. I mean, Zapdos is always my go-to growing up. Just because I was like, oh, it's a legendary, and would just yeet my Master Ball at it. Because I didn't have the patience to try and, that might hurt. So I would just run Zapdos, because it was the first one available. We outspeed, we kill. It used Follow Me, so we do not outspeed and kill. And then we can't poison. Swap them out. We'll go. Yeah, it seems to be a common trend. Fair. I feel like that's the other end of the spectrum where it's like, oh, keep saving this Master Ball. Surely I'll use it eventually. and then just holding on to it for the entire run or playthrough. Alright, there we go. We finished that off. We didn't lose anyone. Learn Payday. Perfect. Now we can farm some money. Again, not like we need it. But we'll absolutely take it. Maybe we can get a Dratini if we use Payday enough. Get the static and add it to the squad. And then not be able to use a Dragonite till the Elite Four, because level cap for Geo is 50. We don't need Oddish to get levels, but I guess they're somewhat useful. Oh, perfect. Someone that has a lot of Nidorans. If only our ground type wasn't at level cap. Go Hoop and Gust, so it doesn't make contact, so we don't get poison pointed. And there we go. Imagine it's pretty much same. What we do here is wing attack, because that should kill. Nope, my math was wrong. Do I also stream on Twitch? I do not. I've thought about it, but at the same time I was like, I'm going to focus on like one algorithm and try and fill that niche on one platform before branching to others. But I have absolutely thought about it. But also welcome in Golden as well. Let's work our way down this line. Okay. Let's just stay in and see what happens. I know this is going to do like 0 damage. And they immediately start smoke screening, so you know what we do. Go straight to our Mon with Shockwave. So we don't need to deal with missing. Go. And we get a crit. Perfect. There we go. And we got an extra 90 Poke Dollars, I think they are, from Payday. If you need to grind money in this game, also, here's how I would do it. Like when I was playing, I know we talked about like all the Nugget Bridge glitch. Go north of here and use the Versus Seeker when you have a Meowth or Persian with Payday, and get against the Hikers with Gravelers and Onyxes, and just fire off 100 Paydays in a match. I know you can't fire off 100 because you'd run out of PP, but fire off all your Paydays is a very quick way to grind up money. Again, let's just stay in for now. I know this is going to do -2 damage. Well, we got a crit. Was going to say I know this is going to do -2 damage. And I'm gonna very quickly switch out. Let's go to Voltorb. So we outspeed, and Spark should finish the job. There we go. Pretty simple there. Another Meowth. We'll just stay in for now. Okay, we get an easy 2-shot here. Do we get money from their payday? I don't remember. I don't think we do. But that would be convenient if we did. Because again, that's just extra money for us. There we go. Take the level up. Meow, use this. Even a crit payday doesn't kill us. And hopefully this just finishes the job. They both. We get them to yellow, then they live on... Again, I played with fire. I know it doesn't have quick attack. And we just guarantee the hit. So... don't need to sweat. We do not, because we picked up 90 from our payday and then 180 from our 2. Welcome in, Pokemon. Welcome in. Hope you've had a great day so far. Alright, we heal everyone up. And we'll go finish off some of these trainers. Then wrap things up. Yeah, we'll just finish off this line of them. And then continue on next time. It was good. Kind of lazy. Fair. Today, it was a Monday. Of all Mondays, some might say. Okay, didn't expect that. But we'll take it. But yeah, got through the day, so can't complain. Probably should have just hard swapped. So I didn't really want Doug Trio getting more experience. But here we are, nonetheless. That hurt a little bit. But we'll go right to Voltorb. I'm glad we did, because that really would have hurt. Probably should have just gone for Spark. It's higher damage. Hopefully this kills anyway. There we go. Let's do one of these, I guess. I don't know. Feel like a poison sting or something along those lines is coming. I didn't really want to deal with getting poisoned here. Right. Don't need to worry about that. Finish off their health as Ivysaur also approaches the level cap. Again, on the bright side, there's like a handful more trainers. And then we can just go right to Erica. So, even if they do get to the level cap, that's okay. Because we can... that's going to be annoying. Because we can't hit them with Shockwave. So here's a thought. What if this Pikachu just didn't do that double team nonsense? Again, on the bright side, we one-shot him. There's Ivysaur at the level cap. Learn Sweet Scent. No. No, can be good, but like, yeah, no. Alright, and we finish that line. Level 29. Again, Otta should just kind of hanging out for now as a placeholder. Don't see him being a permanent team member. But we just kind of needed someone to round out the crew. Which would have been Growlithe, but it roared us away, unfortunately. But we will be wrapping things up there for the stream. Good progress. Unfortunately, we did lose our Mankey to a magnitude 10. But we will be back on Friday with some more FireRed. And we continue on through the route. But until then, I say as we get some more frames dropped. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great rest of their Monday. And I appreciate you all hanging out. And hope to see you guys on Friday for some more FireRed. But until then, hope everyone has a great rest of their evening. And as always, till next time, peace, peace.